Hey guys, it's John from Slots, Iowa. Normally I do educational videos on how to play slots and how to not get in trouble playing slots and safety about playing slots. And then I also record my slot play and put it on my channel. But I'm going to do something a little bit different today. It still has a little bit of a connection with slot machines, but I'm going to do a review. And for years I've had Reolink cameras at my house, both inside and outside. Been real happy with them, and I happened to notice they had an affiliate program on their website where you could ask for a product to review. So I did that, and the nice people at Reolink were nice enough to send me one of their newest cameras. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to review this. If you're looking for home security, a camera that will record 24 hours a day and record any action that it sees. I really think these are something that you should look into because they're pretty inexpensive compared to other systems. Um, Now, it's not all great. So every piece of equipment has good and bad things about it, and I'll talk about both of those. But here in a second, I'm going to go over to my workbench. As you can see, I'm kind of setting up in my basement a place to have my slot machines. I've got 5 now. There's 2 down here. I've got the red, white, and blue, and the this one that's called cash and in. And most people have probably never seen a cash and in machine. The cash and in machine uh, is an IGTS Plus, but it probably was some other machine before. They bought new glass, new reels, and new chips and made it into this cash and in machine. I've never seen one. I've looked online. I can't find them. So this might be something that's pretty unique. But I bought it, fixed it up, got it working, and I'm real happy with it. It's a quarter machine. And then the red, white, and blue. And then I've got a double diamond, a triple double diamond upstairs. And then also a 2, 3, 4, 5 times free play that I bought from the slot machine store in Tucson, Arizona. So give me a second. I'll get you over to my workbench. We'll start looking at these Reolink cameras. Okay, I'm back. So here's the 2 things that Reolink sent me. So the first thing, you can see the seals are still intact. Say don't open it up unless the seals aren't broken to ensure that you're not getting a used unit. Although they do sell refurbished units. And I bought a couple of them and they're fine. Units that people have returned, but they go through them and make sure they work just fine. So this is the solar panel. And so if you don't want to direct wire your or plug in your camera into power, you can use the solar camera as long as it's facing the sun most of the day or half the day or whatever. Works pretty well and keeps the battery powered, so you don't have to worry about using any electricity. But here's the main unit, and I've already opened it up, so the seal's already broken on it. But you can see this is the Reolink Altas, and the Reolink Altas is one of their newest cameras. And so it comes with information. There's a template on how to mount it on your wall. It's got some information in there and a sticker that you can stick on one of your windows that says protected by Reolink. So maybe that'll deter some people from trying to break into your home. And then there's a box that has, get this open, mounting hardware. Also has the mount. And so this can be mounted by either being screwed on the wall, or you can, there's a couple other different things you can do. It's got a strap that straps the camera to the mount. Then it also has a charging USB-C charging cord for you initially get the camera to get it charged up, or if you need to charge it if you don't have enough sunlight for the solar panel. So here's the camera itself, and it's not huge. Okay, it's got some protective wrap on it. So let's figure out how we take that off of there. Get that off. There's a protective layer for the lens and also for the back part of it, it looks like. Pull that off also. Okay, so this is a little different looking than than other Reolink cameras that I've used. Most of them are maybe a little smaller. This is still pretty compact, has an antenna for outside use for Wi-Fi, and then you see the lights up here. So you can set this up so when there's motion outside, it senses motion, it turns on the lights, and they're pretty darn bright. So it's almost like a spotlight that's shining on you. So that's another deterrent that gets people to leave if they're coming to do something nefarious in your yard. So these are pretty simple to set up and get going. So let's see. So right now I can't really do it because my camera is recording, but I will get this hooked up to my app. It's not real hard. In fact, I might just wait till my wife gets home. I'll use her camera to record how I do that. And then we'll also get it mounted, and we'll get it hooked up and running. So I'll switch back over to me here. So Reolink has a hub. It's called a Home Hub Pro. There's two. There's a Home Hub and a Home Hub Pro. So the whole idea behind the Home Hub is to take all of your cameras and record it into that Home Hub. That way, somebody takes the camera, you still have the recording. You also have the option of recording to Reolink's website, but that costs. So there's a monthly cost for that or a yearly cost, and you only get so much recording, and if you recording capacity, and if you want more, then you have to pay more. With the Home Hub, you pay for the initial cost, and I think I paid like $256 for the Home Hub Pro, and it has either 1 or 2 gigabyte of memory, and all of the all of the recording from the cameras goes into that Home Hub. That way somebody can't just walk up, grab your camera, and leave. Now you do have the opportunity to put memory cards in the cameras, but the problem is if they take the cameras, then the memory and the videos are gone. I had a problem with the Home Hub Pro. I've been fighting with this thing for a couple of months. I've been going back and forth with Reolink customer support and technical support. I finally convinced them it doesn't work right because I wasn't able to connect my cameras to it. And so they are graciously sending me a new one under warranty. I'm waiting for that to come, and once I get that, I will also review the Home Hub Pro, but I don't have it right now. So all the cameras that I have, and I think I've got 7 cameras. I've got a couple indoors and 5 outside, and they are just recording the memory cards right now. So I'm expecting that Home Hub Pro to come in another week or so, and like I said, I'll get that hooked up and show you how that works. So I'll come back in a little bit, and I'll show you how to hook this camera up to the app and how to get it set up. Be right back. Okay, so I removed my old camera mount, and remember we've installed the new camera on the Home Hub Pro recording system. And so I'm going to put the new mount up here. Pretty easy. These are pretty easy to do. Just screw them in. Screw them in, and then there's a cover that goes over it. You screw that on, and the camera screws into that. Okay, that's about it for that. And this goes over, just screws onto here. And it'll give you the ability to be able to adjust your camera however you want to. So get that screwed on like that. And then the camera just mounts like this. Okay. Adjust this a little bit here. All right. So, have that in there. Grab my iPad, I'll show you the view that we have now. Adjust this a little bit. You can adjust it, wherever you want it to be. And so I'll probably put this up just a little bit. So, as you can see, there's the view showing my arm out of the way here, showing the front of my house, the sidewalk, and leading up to the sidewalk. So that's the view that you have. Now that's recording to the Home Hub Pro, and it has 2 terabytes of memory, so that will record for a long time. Nice thing again, as I've said before about the Home Hub Pro, is it's inside the house, so if somebody takes your camera, you still have the recordings. I'm going to mount this. This is the solar panel. I'm going to mount this on the outside of my house to replace one that's been there for a while, but it has the old USB-A connection on it. This is a USB-C. So I'm going to pull those cords down and I'm going to mount a new solar panel. So I'll be back after I get that done. Okay, here's the finished product. Camera's been mounted over the door, looking out the front of our house and at our sidewalk. And there's the solar panel that I mounted. That replaced a solar panel that was probably, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years old, and it just didn't have the right connection to go with the camera that I bought. That's all of the new cameras have USB-C connections. This was a USB-A, so nothing wrong with replacing it. You know, the equipment gets old and doesn't work quite as well. Easy to mount, easy to use, keeps your battery charged, and I think it looks great. So I'll give you my final thoughts here in just a second. Okay, so everything's installed, it's working. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview on the Reolink camera system. And again, a disclaimer, they did send me this camera for free to do a review on. And but the opinion is my own. They didn't ask me to rate it positively or negatively, and trust me, if it was negative, I would tell you. This camera is easy to set up. It's easy to attach to the app, and it's easy to mount. And so that's pretty much really what you want as far as a home camera surveillance system, because if they're not easy, then you don't want to do it. And if they're not easy to obtain the video, then, you know, why have it? You know, another positive thing is they're fairly inexpensive. So you can buy these cameras anywhere from $80 to $100 up to $300. And so that's pretty inexpensive for peace of mind around your house. And you know, the other nice thing about it is now that they've introduced the Home Hub Pro, you can record everything that you have to that Home Hub Pro, all the cameras you have. You don't have to buy a cloud subscription service like you used to have to through Reolink, and that was expensive. It was a yearly service, or you could buy it monthly and it was even more expensive. So the nice thing about this is it records to the Home Hub Pro. If somebody wants to get your video, you have to break into your house and find your Home Hub Pro and steal it. Otherwise, they take your camera, who cares? Okay, the evidence is in your Home Hub, and you can obtain that. Another nice thing about the Home Hub Pro is it's recording the cameras that you have. Say you're over in Germany, you're wondering what's going on at your house. As long as you have the app on your phone and a Wi-Fi connection, pop it up, there it is. You can see what's going on. You can look at the old recordings. I like to look at mine after a storm rolls through to see, you know, what kind of wind went through. And so that's a peace of mind again. And also a nice thing about it is you can set up alerts. So when somebody walks up to your door, if you want to, it'll send you an email or a text message that it's detected somebody, and you can jump on your app and see who it is and where they're at. And we also have the Reolink doorbell camera, so that can alert you also, and you can talk to the person that's at your door if you want to. So pretty nice system. I've used it for a number of years, probably close to 10 years, ever since they started producing cameras. And they've gotten better and better over the years, and they constantly come out with new equipment, which is really nice. And the next review I'll be doing is about a camera that also has a floodlight on it. I'm going to put that up on the corner of my house so it lights up my backyard, and it will turn the light on when it senses motion. So that's really nice. And you know, really the best thing about these cameras, you don't have to run any electrical wires to them. They have solar panels that you connect them to. They charge when the sun is out, and I think, as I said in one of the videos a little bit ago, the only problem I ever have is in the winter time in Iowa. We don't have a lot, you know, sometimes we don't have very much sun, and so sometimes I just have to pull them down and charge them. So it's not a big deal. But it's really nice. You can look on the app, see that your camera's charging. You can see what the percentage of battery is that's left. And so very user-friendly, very easy. and it gives you just a great deal of security around your house. So, if you got any questions, put them down in the comments. You know, my channel is Slots Iowa. I know this isn't exactly a slots thing, but you know, surveillance goes along with slots. They have all kinds of surveillance at the casino, so I thought I'd branch out a little bit. But hey, I appreciate you watching. If you're looking for a camera system, you know, I give a strong recommendation to Reolink. So I'm rooting for you. Have a great day.